What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flocka with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through with that little bit of energy, man. What's cracking, people? Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about the Tekashi 6ix9ine, about social media, and about the dangers of it a little bit, man. And Tekashi 6ix9ine, as we already know, he had a big mouth. You know what I'm saying? He was never about that life, never about that action. He should never been involved, straight up. I've always said that, man, because, and, I seen the video. He was curled up. Dude was fucking about 5 times bigger than him, though. There's 2 other dudes, too, that were kicking on him, Not much a dude like that can do in that type of situation, to be honest with you. But in any event, man, you guys see what he was wearing? Motherfucker had some Daisy Dukes on, fucking some tight pants and shit, man. Fucking, I was like, wow. I thought maybe they beat him up for wearing those shorts. You know what I mean? But as we know, there's speculation that maybe this could be because of what he did against the Bloods, or it could be speculation that what he did at the WBC, which was a World Baseball Classic World Series, basically, where he disrespected Puerto Ricans. That could be a big issue, man, because heritage and culture could really influence people. And it could have just been based upon who he was, and like the dude said, I want to be famous. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's, people after that, the internet wires went crazy. Well, other people need to be careful, this and that. It's no different than any other day, man. That's the way I look at it, man. Anybody can get it at any time. You always got to have your head on swivel. And it doesn't matter what your past actions are within, certain groups. Especially with us on YouTube. I can't speak for the Southsiders. I don't know how they feel about certain people having channels. But I know every one of us, right, that are associated in this northern platform, every one of us have to worry about something like that happening. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that want other people more than others. You know what I'm saying? And so that always is going to loom over some people's heads. There's some people who turn the page where they don't care. It doesn't affect them. They're not going to go out of their way. If they have to do something, they'll do it. But other than that, they're not really tripping off it. But then there's those that are tripping, and this YouTube stuff, man, people speak on a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've spoken on a lot. I try to keep it more or less away from the current stuff. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. And all these groups have short memories at the moment, but long memories when it comes to fucking revenge. And what I mean by that is there's been stuff that's been said. There's been certain things, people have been disrespected and whatnot. And that none of these groups are ever going to forget about that, man. You know what I'm saying? If someone thinks that they're not going to have that same type of energy based on the fact, well, I didn't do this, then they're mistaken, man, because there's other things that have been pissed off, other channels that people have done. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's really important that you're careful about, know what you're talking about, know what the consequences could be, know who you're talking about. You can't be on YouTube for a year and a half and fucking talk about everybody and fucking all their business, and then all of a sudden switch it. We don't talk about that stuff no more. And there's going to be consequences because of your past, regardless. And that same energy they're going to have. Trust me on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, though, I don't live my life in fear. You know what I'm saying? I always have the means to protect myself, and I'm always going to keep pushing forward, man. I'm not going to let nothing change who I am. But I'm not acting like a fucking 6ix9ine. Acting like I'm untouchable. Anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get it at any time, man. And there's already enough attention that's being focused on just the stuff that's been revealed and discussed on these channels. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that people have scaled back from. I've scaled back a lot from certain things, but I'm going to talk about stuff. Why not? Anything that's fucking past. You know what I'm saying? Anything about this? I mean, I've already discussed stuff, so why am I going to stop now? I'm not going to pretend like all of a sudden I don't do this on this channel. Only current events I'm not going to fuck with. So, in reality, you know what I'm saying? Especially within the West Coast, California, of his Raza politics, right? If you're fucking have a platform, you're fucking a target, period, man. And that's just the fucking truth of it. Doesn't matter what you did and didn't say. You know what I'm saying? Go back to county jail and see what happens. They're going to have that same type of energy that they had on 6ix9ine on that person. And see, that's just the fucking truth of it, man. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be those that feel a certain way based upon one's standings. You know what I'm saying? spam risk. So I know it's easy to make fun of 6ix9ine because of the, he's a short little dude. He's small. Like there's nothing impressive about them jumping him out. It is what it is. They got his ass. That's all there is to it. That's in like 3 different videos, and it basically was like two dudes basically that jumped on him, and they took their turns. You know what I'm saying? And thing is what was the reason? Was it to be famous? Was it because of what he did at the World Baseball Classic, disrespecting Puerto Ricans? I don't know. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have a difference of opinion, man. But this is what I will say. People can only pretend so far that they're not a target when it comes to this shit. We all targets, man. You know what I'm saying? Even the channels that don't like each other, they're all targets. There's going to be other people who, I've seen other people who aren't even affiliated with any gossip channels, but they're affiliated on YouTube, right? Speaking on different groups. They're going to be targets as well. Trust me on that. If you speak on fucking any of these fucking movements, you know what I mean? Whether you did it fucking 1 time or fucking 1,000 times, you're going to be a target by them. And there's no way to deny that, man. Now, you may have homeboys that are active, that are cool, respectful. They'll fuck with you on the DL. There's those that, man, they're trying to earn them stripes. And there's those in authority positions that don't give a fuck. And there's those that are going to play the dummy role as well. Act like it's cool, but they're not going to forget, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that everybody should consider, man, that, everybody's touchable on this, man. Everybody. So the more people pretend that there's not an issue, the more at risk you can be, man. I mean, I've heard stuff about certain channels and us and everything, right? About how people feel. And you'd be surprised at who, who and what they think about certain things, man. All it takes is a little bit to offend someone. You know what I'm saying? And, I recognize what will happen if I run into certain individuals. I ran into certain individuals before, though. That's the thing. It's nothing new. And at the end of the day, people forget. You know what I'm saying? We're all men. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you did, there's dudes that just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's those that just, they did what they did and they're ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to live in fear. And that doesn't mean they're a badass. It means they're a fucking man. And so some people, they're going to have more precautions than others. Because there's others that they're ready to cut tail from the beginning. They get confronted with just a small number. They're thinking a whole army's coming at them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is, man, on this social media platform, being, a North Daniel channel, a Sudaniel channel, because the politics are on a more serious level. Nothing changes. You can change what people don't know, but there's those that recognize a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And they don't forget what's been taken up, what's been talked about, who's been disrespected, who's has their name spoken on. They remember all that shit, man. Why? Because I know they're not going to forget none of that. You know what I'm saying? So all us channels, right, that are doing this thing, we got to remember, they view each one of us the same as anybody else by what we do here on this YouTube stuff. And it doesn't matter if fucking people change today and say, well, we don't do this. You know what I mean? Nah. They feel a certain way, man. And that's just the fucking truth of it. That's the raw reality. Ain't no sugarcoating it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, if I wanted to sit there and try to fucking portray, I never spoke on anything. Fuck. We did filters. We did all kinds of shit we should have never did on here, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And maybe we may not be doing it today, but there was a past. And so forever, you're going to have to sit there and wonder, okay, well, could I be the next target? You know what I'm saying? And I live like that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because someone's not active, and just because some people did what they did, don't mean that they're not with that fucking business. And people forget that. And I see that a common fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, people want certain things to be not associated with them based upon that. I see it all the time, man. And it's like the stuff I know would shock motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Well, that's neither here nor there. So if they caught one of us, they try to do what they did to Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't know about any out of state about those, man, because the level of gangster each person may have in their past is a little bit different, man. Like, see, people just are just really, they don't get, you get it, man. People really are fixated by one's standings, and they think that makes that person to be a man like that. that they're supposed to be a bitch, that they're supposed to be a sucker, that they're supposed to crow. They got the game twisted, man. They got it twisted, man. You know. But Tekashi 6ix9ine though, he got the break speed off him, man. And it wasn't impressive to me, to be honest with you. The dude was fucking 5 times bigger than him. I seen the fucking video. You know what I mean? They were just fucking kicking him. Want to be famous. And then there was another dude. Then there was another dude that jumped on him that said, man, I'm actually a fucking fan. I was like, what the fuck is this right here? Those dudes are going to get hemmed up, though. Most definitely, they're going to be looking at some time. But, you know, all I know is me on a daily, man, I do my best to put myself in a position to where I'm not going to be like Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? You know, doesn't mean I'm a badass or nothing like that. I'm just me. I'm myself, man. I say what I say and I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't run from it. I don't hide. I don't fucking need a fucking a squad or fucking this and that or fucking a shield to hide behind. I don't need to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. I don't need to do any of that shit, man. I just rock the way I rock, you know? And there may be those that don't like that. One thing about me, though, I've never been fake. I've never switched up. Is what it is. I'm gone.